Welcome to Window Shop with Car and Driver. This is the weekly show where Car and Driver editors, staffers, contributors, and friends gather to look at cars on the internet based on a challenge. This week's challenge is to look at and see what we could find. It actually comes from a viewer, so thank you for giving us this suggestion. The idea is $15,000 budget, find a car that you can own for the next 5 years that may appreciate. So something affordable that may appreciate. We're joined by contributor John Perley Huffman, who's in sunny Santa Barbara, California. David Gluckman, who's a friend of the magazine and used to work with Car and Driver and now does, David, what do you do? You're an engineer working on autonomous cars, right?
That's correct, yeah.
You want to kill the drivers.
Deputy Testing Director,
Yeah.
Deputy Testing Director Casey Colwell, and contributor Jonathan Ramsey round out the crew. Oh, we didn't talk about order. Perley, you want to go first?
Sure.
All right, cool.
Because I'm going to win this week because I have a great car.
Okay, let's see it.
And it is, I want to start off with a little history lesson.
A TED Talk. I can't wait.
Which is one of the best cars of the 80s and 90s.
Yeah, that one certainly is. And so is that one.
Yeah, but the 2003 in your first tab.
2000. Well, there are tons of MR2s, and this is the one that I picked because it's the one that you can't, they're never gonna make cars like this again. So it's bound to hold its value. I like the Spider because you can't get convertibles very much, so I think it's going to hold its value well as a convertible as well as a mid-engine car. And this one is a primo example with only 23,947 miles.
Ooh, low mileage.
Yeah.
So, but it's 16 grand. And what was the budget?
The budget was within negotiating range of 15, which 16 is. I'm sure if I came up with 15 grand cash to this guy in Costa Mesa, he would deliver the car to me immediately.
Maybe.
Yeah, and it's this is not my favorite MR2. My favorite MR2 is I think the turbo.
These are horribly impractical. There's no trunk.
Doesn't matter. I mean, you're talking about cars that aren't going to lose their value. And the truth of the matter is this is a plaything. It's a car that is not going to lose its value because they're never going to make anything like this again.
I think it's going to lose its value. I don't think these have bottomed. I mean, what were they new? They were like 22,000 new, weren't they?
They're like 23, 24.
Yeah.
But, the thing is that, in our near future, when the autonomous cars have wiped out all driving, there are going to be a few people who still want this car.
Yeah, but don't they want like a really fun car? This car's not that fun. It's not that quick.
It's fine. It's not that quick. It's 138 horsepower from that engine that has zero bottom end and all top end. Same one they used to sell Celica GTS.
It has no, this isn't the GTS engine. This is the 1ZZ, not the 2ZZ.
Is that different? This is 132. Okay, well.
It's the same engine family. It's just the low output version of it.
So this is a Honda S2000 without any of the fun.
So that's like 200.
Okay, got it.
So this is you could get there are a lot of other MR2s that are available around 15 grand, but they're not as nice as this one. So I picked the nicest one because it was within things. So I like the MR2, and I think it's a unique car. There have been very few affordable mid-engine cars built.
But would you rather have this or an S2000?
S2000.
Yeah, but I couldn't find any. I didn't see any S2000s that were really good for around 15 grand.
Not this low a mileage.
Not this low mileage, certainly. But
I mean, and
the S2000 has a trunk.
The S2000 has a better engine. The S2000 is a great car. This is not a great car, but this is a car that is just going to have a following, and it's going to be there for 5 years and not depreciate. Because
I just wouldn't want to drive this for 5 years.
When you say appreciate, you mean you'll get it for 15 cash and you'll get 16 in 2025 and 2026 when you sell it.
Sure, I mean, come on.
One.
I can't believe you people. You people, I just don't get it. I mean, here's a car.
Whoa. Bump the brakes. What do you mean, you people?
Thank you. Thank you. I couldn't say that, but I was hoping somebody would say that.
I was talking about you four.
Of course.
And I'm just assuming David fits in. That's all.
I don't know. It's just not that collectible. Maybe in like 50 years, somebody might be interested in this car, but in the next 5, I just don't see it appreciating.
But it only has to hold its value, I thought.
Yeah, that's why it was holding its value. I didn't think it was going to be appreciating.
Well,
so this
whatever.
This is a unique car. How many mid-engine affordable sports cars have there been?
I don't know. You could get a salvage title, a lease maybe for this much.
I mean, I'd rather take an MR2 at that point.
Salvage a title at least is just like the worst thing.
What about, John, what about a first generation MR2? Why didn't you, those are going up in value very quickly.
They're going up, but I couldn't find one that was in really good shape for the money I want to spend. And I looked at all the MR2s, and I thought this one was the one that made the most sense to me on a $15,000 budget. Which of course means nobody else is going to agree with me. Everybody else is going to make fun of me, and I'm just
it's not a bad choice. It's not a bad choice. And look, and you've only got to find one guy to buy it. Like there's not, you don't need to convince.
Well, thank you very much. Jonathan, I think finally you've come around. And this is the type of thing where it's true. This is you only have to find out one
He's just being nice to you because he wants your vote.
I'll take it any way I can get it.
I've tried that strategy too, Jonathan. He forgets. When it comes time to vote, he forgets.
I tried sucking up last time. It didn't work for me. Joey Caparella betrayed me.
Well, you can show me how it's supposed to work, Pearlie, this week. I love your choice.
Thank you very much. Jonathan, I think your choice is going to be great. I don't know what it is, but it's going to be fantastic.
All right. That's enough of that.
I got a Carfax on it too, I think.
Oh, okay.
View the free Carfax report on this Toyota. So let's see.
You never clicked on that, had you?
Is it a California car?
Oh,
yes, it's a California car. I hadn't clicked on it until now. So it's been owned by two people. It's in Texas and California.
Oh, okay. So it's been dry, low mileage.
Yeah, low mileage.
Minor damage, something.
Yeah, minor damage. I don't know what that means. So
2012.
2012. It had Pep Boys. It got serviced at Pep Boys, so you know it's well cleaned.
High quality.
No expense spare.
Damage report: minor damage to the right front, and that's obviously been fixed. It's usually cosmetic. And Master Tech smog repair in Carmichael, California, and we think we all know what that means. It has been quality tune-up shops in Cordova. These have just been some of the very best of servicing technicians. Have been carefully crafting this car over this time. It's a 20.
Well, you've driven one of these before, right? Did you drive?
Yeah,
these
they're okay.
New?
Yeah, I drove them. They're new, and I mean, look, I didn't like it as much as I liked the MR2 Turbo or even the supercharged MR2. But this is the one I think is a nice example. That's
I think it's more interesting than a Miata just because Miata is always the answer, and it's mid-engine. But I'd rather own a Miata.
And also, every day that goes by, there's another Miata on the road. There are no more MR2s on the road. The Miata. Think the Miata's still going to be being produced in 5 years?
I don't know. Unsure.
Yes. Okay, God, I'm unsure.
I thought you were going to say unfollow.
Thank you, Pearlie. That's a good choice. I'm just giving you a hard time.
Well,
for the sake of conflict.
I just want to be loved. I just want to be loved.
Oh, you love the conflict. Come on.
Okay, you're right.
This is Tony loving people, by the way. Just in case you didn't know, this is Tony's version of loving people.
It's true. I forget who I'm dealing with.
Why Tony has a dog.
All right, David, you want to go next?
No.
No? All right. Jonathan, you want to go next?
Thanks for asking.
Jonathan, I love it. Great car.
Thank you. So I'm gonna do a Pearlie, and I'm going to start with a little talk beforehand. So I actually didn't go to win, but I went for something that is guaranteed. Being an owner myself, practically, I went for something that's guaranteed. FJ80 Land Cruisers are out of control values. Excellence 2813 is, and people will try and sell you a fair or a junk one at an excellent value. That's 94, that's my year. 97 is the same thing, except more valuable. So, and it's on Haggerty's list of 2021.
Sorry, what's Haggerty?
Yeah, I know too many of the people that work there, so this is all suspect.
So on eBay, same thing, crazy values. There is nothing special about this truck. This guy wants 28 for it, and people are actually looking. So I chose the next generation.
Ooh, 100.
Oh, wow, the 100.
Yeah.
That's a nice truck.
Because, and I think, I know I'm going to sound like a dealer here, but you're really getting in early. Like these are great trucks. The battle among overlanders is which one is better. And if you're not going to climb Kilimanjaro or volcanoes, Like this truck will do everything you want it to do right out of the box. They went to independent front suspension, added the V8 this year. You couldn't get the lockers with this, but this one here is in Chicago. I can even make this bigger. And it was used as like a suburban Dairy Queen vehicle. Like there's
the babysitter drove it. Too bad Joey.
Exactly. Caparella's third babysitter drove it for his errands.
What is Caparella's current babysitter driving?
Ask him when he shows. So back to the truck. It is in mint condition. This one also has the rear locker, which you could get on the Toyotas, but you could not get. The Lexus LX470 was the same thing, and you couldn't get that on
this was the first generation too that they did the Lexus version of this, right?
No, there was.
Was there an 80 Lexus?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was. Okay.
Yeah, the
So I couldn't remember that when you were.
Yeah,
showing
Biggie Smalls raps about the LX450.
Are the Lexus or the Toyota, is one more valuable than the other in general?
These the Lexus actually are a little less appreciated than the Toyotas.
Yeah,
exactly.
They're a little lower value. But
That's
this
what I
is
was
great,
going to-
Jonathan. The 100 is great because it has the V8, so you can actually drive at freeway speeds and accelerate, and it's really great.
Well, the V8's the same V8 used in a very popular pickup truck.
Oh my God.
I don't know if you know this, but I own 2 of those.
So, and this one, if you're going to use it on road, like this is so much better, so much nicer than the FJ80, which is what they designed it for the North American market. Stiffer body, independent front suspension, blah, blah, blah. And
Yeah, it lives on a golf course, so there's that.
Exactly. I mean, and there's a
owns a
dedicated
Tesla.
garage with a Tesla in the background. Like these are.
They got money, yeah. But you
Yeah.
had to have money to buy these things. They've never been cheap to buy.
Yeah.
They're really expensive.
Exactly. Like these are folks who are like, oh my God, it's raining. Let's take the Land Cruiser because who knows what might happen.
And next
Yeah, in the
year's class-
90s.
Sorry,
Sorry, Tony.
No, go ahead.
Just in the 90s, the markup on Land Cruisers in the U.S. was astronomical. I remember, I think my uncle flew to it was either North or South Dakota to buy one because it was like the only one he could find that was basically they were only asking sticker price. And then drove it back to San Francisco where he probably could have immediately flipped it and made a ton of money. But
So speaking of that right there, this one is $92.50. You could probably knock this guy down $500 just for kicks if you wanted. And then you could drive it straight to California and make at least $4 or $5 grand more. Like I look at these, like this one is a rusted undercarriage. Anyone that's not broken is at least $4,000 more money. So
Well, yours came from where? Illinois? So it might
Chicago.
be rusty underneath. We don't know.
well,
Are there any shots of the underneath? No.
there aren't, but again, based on how this looks and what suburban driven used for trips to get to DQ and taking kids to college. Like I have a feeling this is not a Chicago rusty vehicle.
It looks like it lived in, there's a garage shot there, isn't it? Maybe it was, yeah.
Exactly.
They got a huge garage, yeah.
Huge
and their
garage.
kids
an
went
RV
to
garage,
college.
yeah.
Not like I said, not just a huge garage. That's a Tesla in the back. Like these folks aren't
They've
here
got
to do
money.
anything crazy.
Yeah, that garage floor is way too clean.
Jonathan,
Exactly.
helping not to help you, but to help your argument that it's going to appreciate in value, the 2021 Land Cruiser is the last year of the Land Cruiser. It'll be discontinued after that.
In the
There'll be
US.
nothing like it.
In the US.
Lexus
In the
will
US.
continue.
There you go.
And it may be that the Land Cruiser will come back in maybe 2023.
But if it does, it's going to be crazy money, no matter what they bring back. And you can drive this for 5 years as a proper daily driver vehicle and still get your money back. 202,000 miles, but that'll be nothing for the kind of vehicle this is. So,
Yeah, they're built to Toyota's. I think I've mentioned it before. They're built to Toyota's highest standard. So it's designed to live off-road for 25 years or some ridiculous.
but not in the third world off-road
Exactly.
for 25
Yeah.
years.
Right.
Yeah. No, yeah. If Toyota Durability were a multi-level marketing program, the Land Cruiser would be right at the top of the pyramid.
Yeah.
There you go.
Right.
scheme.
Well, right next to the Tundra. I mean, the two UZFE engine literally goes a million miles. Will literally go a million miles. I mean, there've been several trucks they've got 1 million miles with the 4.7.
I think you presented your vehicle, Pearly. So
I'm supporting yours, Jonathan. Here I am trying to.
is that-
prop it
okay.
up.
It's a
I feel like
fest.
there's an alliance forming here,
Yeah.
Tony, that we need to.
I think
That's
they
right.
need to.
We need to
There's,
just.
clean
there's
that
an
up.
Axis alliance forming against us.
You just need to come down with
Side,
some
Pearly.
real heavy tone.
Jonathan, I think it's a brilliant choice. A
Thank
brilliant
you.
choice.
Thank you. And as a friend of the brand, I love your MR2.
All
Thank
right,
you very
David, are you ready to go yet?
I guess so.
You should have gone before me, David.
I mean, to be perfectly honest, I haven't chosen which vehicle I'm going to present.
Oh, that's
Um,
often works in Casey's favor. He makes last-minute audible calls.
So, so you're doing the Casey Colwell pivot.
Mm.
You want to
Alright.
go to KC if you want to go, if you want to wait.
No,
Yeah.
I gotta make a decision. So here we go. Yeah, I'm gonna do that one. All right.
Hmm.
Ooh,
Wow.
Mm-hmm. I see some nodding.
unexpected.
See some, yeah. So this is, I was told to spend $15,000. So I'm spending exactly that. I'm not even gonna try to haggle. Some modifications here, minimal
It's a lot.
modifications. Nah, it's not that bad. I
They're
mean,
not
it's
very tasteful.
One non-painted wheel.
okay. The wheels,
3 out of 4
are so-
wheels.
the wheels are the wheels that they store the vehicle with, and another set of wheels with brand new tires comes with it. They
That they
didn't
did not
take
put on the car
pictures
for the
of those
photos?
wheels, and they didn't say what kind of wheels they were. But the tires are Toyo R888s.
Yeah, they're pretty aggressive.
That's a heavy tire.
What are
Anyway.
they doing with this car?
What are they doing with it? They're selling it, Tony. It's for sale on the internet. No,
Hold
it
on,
has-
hold on. What is that in the trunk?
those are just additional pieces.
Oh,
Those
it
look
might
like
be
lights.
the trim that came off the front bumper because he's
Yeah,
got
those
that
are-
aftermarket crap on the front bumper.
Oh, I
Oh,
thought it was
right.
A-pillar
yeah.
stuff, but
Yeah.
you could also be correct. Let's see.
Oh yeah, this
No,
car
it,
is
like-
right prime for a gauge pod.
I think that you could probably dial back the modifications, put a regular suspension on it, and like have a pretty good Z car. I don't know if you heard, but there's a new one coming out. So the
I-
price of the old one's just gonna.
But
skyrocket.
you're gonna spend so much getting this decent. I mean, if you go back down to the description,
Yeah, I think this was kind of also like the last of the like the Japanese sports cars from the 90s to really start to appreciate, right? I mean, like Supras obviously
Yeah.
hit their,
No, the last one to appreciate is going to
you
be
know, Supras and RX-7s.
Yeah, and 3000 GTs.
3000
Yeah, I'm
GT.
still
yeah, I
waiting
forgot
for the
about those.
stealth. To,
I guess I could, yeah.
have a
the
resurgence.
HVAC has been removed.
That's great. You don't have any problems with the HVAC. It says the turbos are stock. They've changed the intake, but that's fine.
Let's
It's
go
not
through the
like-
photos.
It's the interior looks pretty damn clean.
It does.
And it's got the funny like
Is that carpeted lower dash?
Yeah, that was
appears
stock.
to be.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I'm remembering that now. It wasn't like it was like a textile. Like a,
Yeah, I don't know if
Yeah.
this car might not have originally. I thought that was only on the fabric seat ones, and the leather ones just had plastic there, but I could be wrong. I don't remember.
This has one of the most densely packed engine bays in the history of engine bays.
But
Totally.
you'll note that none of it has been painted like lime green. So I feel like that's
Well, that's one victory. But I just remember like people would drive these out to the Bonneville Salt Flats. Notoriously, the person who was publisher of one of our competitors drove one of these out to the Bonneville Salt Flats, and there's so much salt got into it that they had to total the car. And it's so complex, and it could be fixed.
This is so suspect. The guy can't load pictures
you
vertically.
got half of them right. I mean,
I just remember driving. I remember the first time I saw one of these, and it was just such a startlingly good-looking car. I mean,
It was
just-
amazing.
it was
Yeah.
literally astonishing to see.
And the Super Bowl commercial they had in '89, was it 90? 99, the one they couldn't play after the one showing with the motorcycles and the helicopters and all that, because people said it glorified speeding.
I don't remember that one. I remember
my
the G.I.
God.
Joe one, but the G.I. Joe one came out after this car was
Yeah,
discontinued.
no, they had a Super Bowl commercial, and I think it was 1990, and it was amazing. Ridley Scott directed it, and it was this guy dreaming about this car and how his pursuers had to get faster and faster stuff, finally with a helicopter, but they only showed it once because people said it glorified speeding.
Well, the thing I remember about this car is in the slalom test, it was wicked quick. I mean, it
It
was
had
just,
super hikes.
yeah, super high. It's just unbelievable. It was like, it would go through like 70 miles an hour when like 65 was considered quick.
Yeah, it had rear steer.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
awesome. The problem was is that it weighed like 3,900 pounds.
It was heavy. It was like 3,600, I think, 3,500.
Well, it was pretty heavy, but I remember we took it out on the track a couple of times, and you could just burn up the brakes.
Yeah, I bet.
And having said that, it was a spectacular handling car, and the engine was fantastic. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, a friend of mine.
Casey, here's your gauge pod.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
Yeah.
I was zooming in on that.
Radio too. Aftermarket radio, aftermarket wheels, aftermarket stuff on the front.
And is that missing?
What's
Sorry, is
that?
that missing the third gauge in the pod?
Well, when you take the HVAC out, you don't need any of these. So it's just been repurposed. It's upcycling. I will also point out it has T-tops. So
Yes, I saw that.
Yeah.
there's that.
Well, there is that, because there's nothing that makes a car better than structural compromise.
Right. That's what I
It
always
does have
say.
300 horsepower.
Yeah, probably more than that. If it's been.
Oh, I think the modifications probably knocked the horsepower down.
Oh, you did?
Probably
Probably
a pretty big word.
evens out. I
It's,
think.
it's called a wash. They got rid of the AC. They did something they
But
probably
the
should have done to
engine
the
was
engine.
rebuilt. It has forged bottom end and a refreshed top. So
I have a
nothing
forged
bad
bottom
happened to it before.
This
It
is
says
sketchy.
it says the suspension is mostly adjustable. I bet that's like 2 of the suspension arms are adjustable, and the rest good
Well,
luck.
it's adjustable for alignment.
It's mostly aftermarket. And
And it's got rebound. It's got bump or I can't even speak right now. I'm sorry.
you can adjust the
I'm just
things
gonna stop.
that it
It's
does.
got adjustable suspension that is probably like not in the right position for anything.
Oh,
yeah.
right.
It's adjustable in 800 different wrong ways.
Is there a
Alright,
better
I'm
shot?
remembering
Of
these.
is there a better shot of the aftermarket gauges?
I can maybe enhance one of these shots. Let's see here.
And look at
There
that.
it is.
Yeah.
Look at how upright that parking brake is. Like what is happening?
It could be
With-
adjusted.
There's a lot of hills in Illinois. That might be rolling down the hill.
So there's a boost gauge and another thing.
Engine hour. I'm kidding. I don't know.
I was gonna say.
What's the third-
Turbo
what's the
timer?
third thing?
Got an HKS turbo timer. I just remember those from the 90s.
This is it's AEM something or other. I don't know.
What do you think?
Oh, it
of
also has a
the
sport
Velcroing
button.
there in front of on the
Yeah, it's
ashtray.
Let's
What?
not worry about that.
Velcro.
That's
I mean,
actually my guess is that damps when the thing is open, it
Yeah.
damps the vibration of the lid.
Oh, so it's an engineered product.
when
It's a
to the
mass
side.
damper.
Mass damper on it's the ashtray
It's
mass.
not mass damper. It's just a pad.
How did he not put that in the listing? That's ashtray lid has a mass damper.
I mean, look, as Gluckman, as an engineer, you should appreciate that, correct? That's why.
I do.
Okay.
These are wonderful
Solution.
cars, but they've all been beaten up so badly. I would always be suspicious about it because so many of them have been beaten up.
This one included.
Yeah.
This one looks okay. It's
does
been
look
like
Cleanish.
I would want to look underneath it.
for sure.
These cars were birthed into the golden age of screwing up cars, the mid 1990s, and that's the only thing that scared me about it. And I think there's like black spray paint on some of those pieces on the intake. 'Cause I
Yeah,
think,
it's a little sketchy.
yeah, the intake, if I remember correctly, was raw aluminum when they were new.
All right, that's enough. Unshare.
Sir.
Casey, you're batting.
Wait, hold on. What, Gluckman, what was your second choice?
Oh yeah, good
Oh,
question, Jonathan.
What was my second choice? I was looking at multiple things.
What? Just listen.
When the brief was that I had to drive the car for 5 years and pay $15,000 for it, do you want to see what I was gonna do? Do you want me to tell you?
Just tell us.
Why don't you
I
just tell
was
me what
looking-
movie you want to
See
see?
it.
I was looking at excursions.
Oh, they're not going anywhere. They're
They're
riding.
not going
They're
anywhere.
not going anywhere.
They've gotten where they're going. They
They're
all
super
have
reliable,
200,000 or more miles on them. If you just want the diesel and not the V10.
People want them
Um,
too.
Yeah, and people
peop-
want them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
And those
American
people are
Land
armed.
Cruiser. Yeah, totally. Same arguments
Um,
for Jonathan's could be made for the Expedition.
Yeah, I
Or
think
for the Excursion. All right, Casey, you're up.
Can edit that out. Um, yeah.
Take it away.
All right. So I also I was originally going to go with something a little more flamboyant, but then it was like, oh, it can't lose that much money. It kind of bottomed out, driving for 5 years, and 88 420 SEL. This would just be amazing to live with for
And
5 years.
You consider this not flamboyant? I mean, I love the car. I love the car, but
Well,
that's not,
No, I mean, like I was like, oh, this is like, because things that bottom out like 12-cylinder Mercedes, 12-cylinder
right,
BMWs,
right.
those things bottom out, but then they cost a fortune to keep going.
Right.
This is,
Yeah.
the
relatively-
smaller, simpler single overhead cam V8 doesn't have, because what the 560s had
They have the
air springs.
self-adjusting rear suspension.
Yeah, the self-adjusting rear suspension. So these are a little simpler. This is also, I found a number of them that you can get them with even lower miles. This one's only 77,000 miles, but you can find them even lower. You can find them right up to 15. You can find them for about 10 grand.
Looks super
But those are all
clean.
like 200,000 mile examples. This one is remarkably clean. And it's got this beautiful blue interior.
Ooh.
Oh,
It's also got
Man.
the chrome fender lips, which are just
Those
Yeah.
come off. There might be a
That's
bunch of
not-
rust under there, but those come off.
the 1980s is on the line, waiting for someone to pick up.
I just like looking at the shape of the seats in these things because they're just so Mercedes.
And
Yeah, and they're
well,
like
it's just-
sprung. They like
Yeah.
move on the cushions move on their own.
that is the right aftermarket stereo. upgrade.
no,
I
it is
appreciate
not,
that.
as a matter of fact.
Oh, it's not. Oh no, you want
This
the.
is the right aftermarket stereo.
Are we
that I
gonna
would get.
are we gonna go into another one of these blow punks that everybody
And
knows?
look, yeah, Gluckman,
100%.
tires and stereos.
Well, and yes,
You
at
know,
$12,000, I can even put Michelin's on it. I'm
Jonathan,
even
we're
gonna put-
renaming the show Tires and Stereo.
Yes, exactly.
I can even put OE size XI3s on it in the winter, and with ABS, I'm loving it. But this is the correct stereo that I would put in it.
You're gonna drive it in the winter though?
Yeah, I'm driving it for 5 years.
Oh, 5 years straight.
Is this
No, not a cumulative 5 years over the next 15.
It's beautiful. Oh, there's tons of pictures, right? What kind of
Yeah,
tires
there's-
are on it?
Just look at how thick those seats are. They don't make anything like that anymore.
Oh, it's got a K40. It's got
Oh,
a
yeah.
radar detector built in.
Yeah.
Ooh, K40. What's a K40?
I love those old
Radar,
Mercedes. Casey,
radar.
Oh, radar detector.
Yeah.
I love it. Mercedes used to, you see the just over at 40 and then at just over 70 miles an hour. Those are the shift points of red line in each
Yeah.
cube.
Oh,
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Right.
Analog clock.
Oh, it needs
lovely
washer
tack.
fluid.
What's
Oh,
that?
don't buy it.
What's that?
I said it needs washer fluid.
Yeah.
so it's got that inscrutable like dial for getting the right temperature.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And
Got automatic climate control though.
But also, but this was
Memory
when,
seat.
like cars, especially German cars, the heat was almost unbearable. Like I loved it. Like, but when you turned on the heat,
Oh yeah. You
were
got
going
heat.
to cook.
Wow, the map pockets in the back aren't sagging.
I know. I saw that too. Yeah, because the
Wow.
last one of these I was in was a 560, and this thing almost like sagged down to here.
Those always fail. This is really nice.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have too many motors in it, like you're saying, like a V12 CL or something like that. It's just everything's gonna be broken. This thing There's like
Really-
two-way
really-
adjustable seats.
Did we ever test one of these? How fast were they?
They had 201 horsepower. from
Yeah, they were
that.
201 horse. I mean, it was sub 10 to 60. 17, 1, 80 at 85 miles an hour in the quarter. They're not crazy quick, but
They start in second gear too.
Do they? You mean
Yeah.
this first
oh, look
fast.
at that, beautiful! I didn't know that. That's a new
Yeah.
ABS controller.
That's early ABS, isn't it? That's one. Was this the first car? Or was it the previous generation Mercedes that was the first ABS car?
Well, no, this car, you got to remember, this car spanned the 80s. It came out in 79
Yeah.
and it wasn't
In
replaced
Europe, I think it
until
was introduced, but I think it went on
Yeah.
sale in the US in 81.
Yeah, well, I thought the first ABS cars were like this. It was like the 6.9. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know. I think the 116, this car's predecessor, might have had ABS, Pearly. I think you're right.
Yeah. So
But Casey, they might have put a new ABS controller in, but the brake fluid is pretty horrible looking.
that could be a stained reservoir.
could be something else too.
Because I'm telling because if you replace this, you definitely replaced all the fluid.
Oh yeah, but I'm saying it was done a long time ago.
Yeah, but you could
It can't be that long ago with that paper sticker on it.
Oh, I don't know.
That's what they want you to think.
True.
replace the fluid.
Look at
She's
that beauty.
Look at those horns.
I love
It's
grills
very
that go
clean.
up with the hood.
Yeah, this is really nice.
Yeah.
And it would be and there's a lot of these.
Oh, they have Pirellis on. It's got P4s.
Yeah.
That's a good old car tire.
Yeah, it's an okay tire.
I don't know.
Pretty good.
Maybe-
It's pretty good. Pirelli.
Whatever.
Hmm.
Lots of photos.
Pirelli, are you upset because you're like, okay, I could drive this every day. This looks a little more comfortable than my
The thing
MR2.
is, my brother had one of these, and he had it for about 15 years, and he's just always bought old Mercedes sedans ever since because he loved this one so much. I don't know what the latest Mercedes is right now, but
An S-Class?
yeah, he has.
Oh.
He buys S classes all the time. He usually has an S class and an ML, and right now, the one that he loved was this one, and he was trying to keep it on the road, and he just couldn't figure out how to keep it on the road after it had 300,000 miles on it.
Oh,
And it
You don't-
appears
you don't
that
think
the
it's all
antenna
right.
works.
yeah, I saw that, Casey.
So I don't think it's up here.
I've watched.
And-
I hate to admit this, but I've watched a YouTube video of how to keep that antenna like going.
And wait, you guys don't
Can
think
we
there's a
ask
lot of white
why?
smoke- a lot of white smoke coming out of this car? Look at that.
That's a cold start.
That's just cold.
I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
This
do you
guy.
know?
Look how
How
many
do you
pictures
know?
this guy took. Look how many
Where's-
pictures this guy took. That's not cold start smoke.
What year is this? Where is this car?
I want to say it's in Virginia. Is this Virginia or Massachusetts? I found a couple. I found an all black one too, but the interior was not nearly as cool, which is
This
why.
one is so clean, Casey.
This
is
one's
good.
too clean.
Scroll through all 96 photos. Sorry, I did this the long way.
Yeah, I think you'd get your money back. It'd just be whatever money you put in to maintain.
Yeah,
it.
so it's in Massachusetts.
Quincy.
Yeah, the steering wheel. I'd probably try to find a cleaner steering wheel.
Those are so big. They're like 18-inch steering wheels.
Yeah,
Mm.
Yeah. So it's in Quincy, Massachusetts.
yeah.
So it probably comes with tenure at Boston College.
Was that a
But-
joke?
It was a joke, but it didn't work,
Oh,
did
okay.
it?
Yeah,
Wow.
it's okay. We can edit that, Brad.
But I got it, Pearly. I got it.
Thank
All
you.
right,
Leaf and
Casey.
look.
Wait. I
Casey,
just want to
you
get through.
done
I
with
want to
the-
get through all 96 photos. We were almost there.
So-
I think you
I
made
still
it. You
think-
made it all the way to the
But you
bottom.
did
Did I
that.
make it to the bottom?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I still think the smoke is a problem.
I think it's
but
just cold outside. It's just condensation.
there's no way that car was cold for as long as he took all those photos.
It's just water vapor.
Well, it wasn't running the whole time.
How do you
Those
know?
are the first
How
photos
do I
he
know?
took.
Because there were photos of it with the antenna was down.
You
That's
can-
why I was saying I was excited that the antenna worked because that
well,
was something.
if the antenna's up, doesn't that mean the car's idling usually?
Yeah.
Right.
Sit
And
there,
most
stop
of the
it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, the antenna brand is like Hirschman or something, which is what I learned from that YouTube video, sort of. I didn't really learn it, I guess.
Hashtag Hirschman is trending.
So now it's going to be the tires, radios, and antenna show. Is that what we're going to do?
My jokes about college don't work, but his jokes about antennas do.
But he's not joking. That's why it's funny.
Yeah,
He's not
that's all.
This is a beautiful Bruno Sacco car.
It is a soccer.
Yeah.
Stock,
Yeah.
though, yeah.
I love it.
It's
You
beautiful.
might get my vote. You might get my
The
vote.
drivetrain is select.
All right, you guys ready to see the winner?
I
We
didn't
already
understand
did.
it, Joe. Wait,
Come on.
Can you
Come
see
on.
that?
You don't mean
C4
that.
Corvette.
You don't mean that.
First year of the LT1. I have a manual transmission.
Would
Look at the
you,
mileage,
Hold on.
23,926 miles.
okay, look, would you drive this for 5 years or just keep it for 5 years?
Both.
You don't know.
I would drive it for 5 years. It's a manual.
oh my God,
23,000.
you
Look at the
you better
condition.
play that video of Heinrichs shifting this thing.
He put a steering wheel
Ooh.
cover on it, presumably so he wouldn't get sweaty hands on it. So it's probably original under there.
Probably.
Talk about one of Pearlie's estate sale cars.
Look at how
Yeah, look,
amazing.
this is a state sale.
Look at that seat. Perfect.
Yeah, it looks like it's
No.
out of a Vector.
And even
God bless Jerry Wagner.
you say that like it's a bad thing.
Rest in peace, Mr. Wiegert.
Yeah, Jerry
Yeah.
Wagner.
Yeah.
Look at how perfect this is.
No.
You know, I have to admit, I loved driving these cars. I had no problem with driving these cars
Oh,
whatsoever.
it's got a carpet so high up. That's attractive.
Yeah, why did it get rhino lined with carpet?
Why did your car?
Well, look at the gap
No,
between.
my car was stock carpet. At least
is
it
This
was
was a
stock.
nice.
on the-
This was a nice.
That's not
That's
stock.
carpet.
Look
His
at
was-
that massive. Look at that massive gap between.
Yeah, this
That
is
is
factory.
nuts.
This is totally
I know.
factory pearl.
But
Well,
that just-
that gap is factory. The carpet is not factory.
No, that's factory carpet there.
the gaps in its entire car were just, I mean, just.
Got the owner's manual. It's
And
got,
look,
something,
and-
it's got something
and
that says
Gluckman-
breaker on the back.
With Gluckman with all
That's the thing to pull the.
the
That's the thing to pull the fuse out.
Oh, the
That's
pull the
what that is.
fuses out. Got a cover. It's been in a garage. Let's look at the listing.
Before.
It's been in the garage at least once.
Yeah.
It's got ABS.
So have I.
This is the first year. of
Tony,
the LT1.
Tony. It has Riken Raptor AS tires on it.
Guess what?
You were buying that car. No way.
Look,
Hold on. You don't have the money for this.
I'm going to budget it. I'm going to negotiate down. I'm going to negotiate down so I can put Michelin's on it.
$357 a tire.
You need to find gator backs for this because this car definitely came on gator.
How
backs.
quick is it to 60? Have a guess.
I think
That Corrado.
Actually, I think that they had Eagle GSC on these cars. By then, I don't think the Gatorbacks were.
They were GSCs. That's right. The GSC came with the LT1 with this generation. Well, with this, redo.
What was this like 6'2", 6'3"?
No, much quicker. Look at this gap is
Much?
identical to the one in my car.
Much quicker?
Your car.
Wait, what does Chuba say? Wait, go back. I want to read what Chuba says about it.
5 seconds to 60.
Whoa.
That's aggressive.
It's a good car. They're fun cars.
13.6 at 104 in the quarter.
I just don't know. I just don't know if it's going to hold its value, though. I don't. I just think that these cars, there are literally these cars being swapped for $1,000 and people ripping the bodies off to turn them into dune buggies.
Really terrible ones, not nice ones with 23,000 miles.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be weary of anything that Ronnie Mund likes. And
Who's Ronnie Mund?
world's most
Howard
famous limo
Stern's
driver.
limo driver.
Oh, okay.
$40,000 new. 300 horsepower, 330 pound-feet of torque. Chuba loved the LT1 because it was finally a Corvette engine you could redline, unlike the L98.
Yeah, I don't know about this.
Well, the big thing on the LT1 was it was reverse cooling.
Well, it revved. The other ones were tractor motors that didn't rev and made 245 horsepower. This made legit horsepower.
So this is a tractor motor that revs.
Now it's an automobile for the discerning driver. He really wrote that. Wow.
That's right. Let's take a look at that again. That's right.
Oh my God. Well, the next
Power
time
to
we-
burn,
we'll
Richard
post on.
exhaust note, improved quality. And then there's some lows. Cups and cup holder block shifter. That's pretty minor.
Hot to
Not
run.
supposed to be drinking.
Who wrote this? Larry? Larry wrote this?
Larry Griffin.
I don't know who wrote this.
Yeah, it was Larry Griffin.
Larry Griffin.
Hmm.
So yeah, I mean, I'm right under budget. I can get a little further under budget and get my tires. It has an aftermarket radio, but he kept the stock stereo too. So you can just swap that back in.
And you really think this is going to appreciate, or are you going to get your money back?
I think I'm going to get my money back.
Okay.
I think it's going to rise with inflation, if anything, and I'll be okay. And
You're
it's
going to
so
put
low
original
miles.
miles on it.
What's that?
You're going to put more original miles on it.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, if I put, let's say I put 40,000 more miles on it, it'll have 60,000 miles at that point, and then I'll sell it for 12 grand.
100% this dash was unplugged for many miles in between.
No, look at the condition of the seats. I mean, it's perfect.
I'm kidding. I'm just not into C4 Corvettes at all.
I'm getting into them more and more. Look at how, I mean,
I
there's
know,
no
and
wear.
it's something like we need to talk about that.
So let me see if I got this
I'm
straight. You watch videos about antennas and you love C4 Corvettes.
I don't
No,
know if I love C4 Corvettes, but I'm definitely intrigued by them.
See,
Just
this
like
is
I'm
like
intrigued
this whole
by
interior.
antenna.
This whole interior, it just reminds me of Knight Rider, and not in a good way.
Oh yeah, no. Look, again, as a C5 owner, Knight Rider was better. You'd rather be in a Knight Rider than this. And when it gets old, it creaks. And what they did to fix the things in this, like the carpet that goes up to the midline, is they just put it all in plastic, which is terrible.
What does ZR1s go for?
More than
A little
50.
more than this. I mean, a really low mileage ZR1 is between $30,000 and $40,000.
But what about a decent mileage
is like
ZR1?
20.
I was at a car wash and a kid with a ZR1 showed up and he said he paid $11,000 for a ZR1.
But when the LT1 came out, the ZR1 had 375 horsepower and then later 405. So, I mean, it wasn't that much quicker. It was a little bit quicker, and it was quicker in the quarter, but it wasn't like ridiculously much more. And it cost twice as much.
And much more technically interesting. And you can get them for a lot for close to this price. So I don't know.
Yeah, but this is the more reliable car. The condition is going to be better than any ZR1 that you would get at the same price. You get the same chassis, nearly the same performance.
A ZR1 is less likely to depreciate, though.
Yeah, I think the ZR1's less likely to appreciate.
I think this is bottomed. I think people will realize the fuss of the ZR1 isn't necessary. Anyway.
No way. There's still a lower
I think
price.
it's best to wrap up that train of thought and get to the next part of the show.
Let's get to the verdict.
There's gonna be some hard edit right like back there. That's like Tony's like, no, this is the bottom, and here we have the end.
All right. Now this is the part of the show where we judge each other's picks and then eventually crown a winner. Mr. Huffman, you went first with your MR2.
I'm gonna give that a thumbs up.
Down.
I'm going sideways,
Yeah,
just
I'd
because
really
there are
sideways as
other similarly priced.
So if what I get is
Japanese roadsters
I get
I
it
would prefer.
sideways. I get it sideways.
Yeah, it's a wash.
So it's a big victory for me compared to the other weeks I've done.
Well, you picked a better car, even though I didn't like it.
Thanks. Appreciate that, Tony.
What's your favorite? How much do you like that Corvette? You love Corvettes. You admitted that.
I do love Corvettes, but not that one. Look, I'm a Toyota guy. I'm a 2U ZFE guy. It's the Land Cruiser. Plus, it's Jonathan.
Yeah.
They've formed an Axis Power.
No.
Casey.
Take note.
that's the power. That's the power of you people. Is what that is.
All right, Jonathan. You went next with your what is it? The Land Cruiser.
Speaks for itself.
100%. That's a great pick.
It's a Land Cruiser.
Unanimous. Now, what's your favorite? You're a Corvette lover.
No, I'm not. I'm actually not a Corvette lover, and the one I have, I got by accident and swore I'd never own. It's so close between the Mercedes and the MR2, but I don't see how I could use anything other than the MR2.
Oh my God!
I mean, come on. There's never going to be that car again. There are other S classes, and the S class will live beyond all of us and our 8th generation grandkids. There's never going to be another MR2. There's never going to be that era of car. Which, I mean, Gluckman has it as well, but Gluckman's is suspect. So I have to go with Hurley's.
Yeah, thank you very much, Jonathan. Checks in the mail.
That's the only vote you're gonna get. All right, David, you went third.
Did.
I really want to like.
I love
I want to like that car. I want
I'm
to
gonna
like.
go sideways just because I don't know, but it is suspect.
I'm giving you a rookie thumbs up.
Thanks for the pity vote, Casey.
Yeah.
And how much do you love C4 Corvettes is the next
That's
question.
what he loves MR2s.
I mean, I do like the idea of C4 Corvettes. I've never actually driven one, but I do occasionally look at ZR1s. Speaking of, there's a right-hand drive ZR1 prototype for sale on Craigslist in Michigan for like 30 grand.
From Australia.
I think
No,
like
it's like a Lotus
Lingenfelter was
development.
involved.
Isn't it a Lotus development car?
I thought Lingenfelter was involved, or like a former Lingenfelter engineer. Anyway, look it up on Ann Arbor Craigslist if you're
Yeah, C4s
interested.
are awesome, is what you're saying, right?
I do like C4s. I'm going with Casey's Mercedes because he has the right balance of blue interior and not too complicated Mercedes that you could actually drive.
This is very interesting. We've got a three-way tie right now, one vote, which brings us to Casey and his 420 SEL W126. Beautiful car.
I'm sorry. I have to vote yes, even though I want to vote no.
I mean, considering there were like 3 cars in this that were just 2-seaters for a daily driver challenge, I feel like I won just on that.
It's not about what you feel like, Casey. It's about who gets the votes.
You're trying to apply too much logic to this.
And it's about Land Cruisers after.
This is completely logical. There are lots of rules. There's a rule book.
There's a rule book. You get points for displaying tires and radios.
That's exactly.
But no, it's definitely the FJ100 for sure.
Oh, Ramsey. Now, what happens with the tie? What happens if we come up with a tie here?
I think the tiebreaker is number of accessories also shown.
Yeah. I thought the vice president makes a decision.
I think these on the fly rules and amendments we can't have.
How many times?
No, that was ratified earlier today.
Oh, right, I have the quickest car, manual transmission, best condition,
quickest when new.
Look, I'm just saying.
Mileage.
All I'm saying is I have a stop the steal sign next to me right here. So if I need to pull that out for any reason, I'm ready. That's all I'm saying.
So you love Corvette? Like, all right, fine. Judge my Corvette, please. Yes, David.
What?
I really like
surprise.
I have to admit, I like the car.
I don't like C4 Corvettes.
Oh man,
Jonathan, did you give me a thumbs up or thumbs down?
I'm not a fan, but so I'm doing this based on the fact I think you did a good job, but I'm not a fan of the car that much, really. But I think you did a good job.
Way to go!
My vote.
Awesome job! Great job! Awesome job!
You're getting a participation trophy.
I'm going to give my favorite car, the one that I would buy. It's between KC and Jonathan, obviously. Well, because I mean, so your car is higher mileage, but the reputation it has is so awesome. It'd probably go another 100,000 miles, no problem. Casey's is lower mileage and the condition is amazing.
But my car will be so much better, and especially during MLK week, I would like to think it would be. I would like to think.
I want to hear where this is going.
I'm just saying, if we got hard edits in this already, then why not throw a few more in? I would like to think that in my week we.
My career dissipation light just went on.
I think the producers are calling now.
Yeah,
it got a good price too. I don't think anyone's going to lose money on that car. And a Land Cruiser with 200,000 miles versus a Land Cruiser with 250,000 miles isn't that much of a difference.
Exactly.
No.
So I'll give it to you, Jonathan.
25%.
What's that, Casey?
I said it's 25%. More.
Right, but I mean, in terms of value.
I know. No, yeah. No. I'm totally fine losing to an FJ100.
Yeah,
I think the FJ100 is the car that's actually going to hold its value the best of all those chosen. I don't think I think it's just, especially with Land Cruiser going away, it's just too good a vehicle.
Yeah, and you've got such a good balance of current mileage. You put another 50 on, you're still going to sell it for that much.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think I think the way it's taken care of, because a lot of folks are trying to sell, I mean, just absolute rubbish.
Now I've got to find a commercial for it.
There are not very many commercials for FJ100s.
I don't think there are any.
So why don't you just put a Tundra commercial in there instead? Because
No, I'm gonna link it to the antenna video I was talking about.
There's gotta be, it'd be great if you could find like some a Japanese commercial for it.
Exactly. Or Australian commercials. Australian commercials are actually pretty good for the Land Cruiser.
All right.
Really?
Well, that brings us to the end of this show.
Yay.
Jonathan's the winner. Pearlie's gonna keep interrupting me.
I was just gonna say, I wish somebody picked a CRX SI. Jonathan's got that picture up there, and that's one of the cars I dearly love.
It has been going up. It just wasn't exciting enough, and it's not going up that much. And it's like in 5 years.
Can you find them for 15 grand?
All right, David's got to go. He's got a thing at 5:30.
Okay.
All right. So thanks for watching. Be sure to hit the subscribe and like if you enjoyed this. Please send us more suggestions. I'm enjoying the suggestions you guys have been sending in the comments. And of course, let us know what you guys think is the winner in the comments. And we'll see you next week. Thanks, guys.
W126.
48 years, 161 countries, every day. Introducing the world's first V8 powered Land Cruiser from Toyota.